Today on Fresno State Focus, new leaders will be in town. See how you can cast your vote.
Plus, I'll show you how one man is fighting his way back into the octagon.
And see how Fresno State students are adding some color to children's lives who are in the hospital. Fresno State Focus starts now. Hello and welcome to Fresno State Focus. I'm Matthew Broughton.
And I'm Bobbie Fallett. We begin this newscast with an update on the bomber who investigators believe set off 5 bombs throughout Austin, Texas, killing 2 people this month.
The bomber is now identified as Mark Anthony Condit. Police reported that Condit died after a bomb detonated in his car this morning, right as police tracked him down. Even though he is now considered to not be a threat, police are warning the community to still be on high alert in case other packages were sent throughout the community. We now know more about the students involved in yesterday's high school shooting in Sutherland, Maryland. The shooter is identified as Austin Wyatt Rollins, a student who once had a relationship with the girl who was shot. She's in critical condition.
Police say the 17-year-old came on campus yesterday morning with a handgun and shot the girl and a 14-year-old boy in the halls of the school. In less than a minute, school resource officer Blaine Gaskell responded, shooting Rollins and killing him. A big congratulations to Provost Lynette Zalesny. She's now the new president for Cal State Bakersfield. The CSU Board of Trustees made the announcement late this morning. Fresno State President Joseph Castro says he is proud of his esteemed colleague and wishes her well in the great opportunity. They worked very closely together for the past 4 years.
The ASI elections are happening right now. Who will you vote for? The inflatable bulldog is out in front of the Armenian Genocide Monument, and students are casting their vote. To those who do vote, they get candy. Students are voting for presidential candidates, vice presidents of external affairs, and senator. In a bit of deja vu, students are once again voting on the new University Student Union. It was on the ballot last year, too. The election started yesterday and will go through tomorrow.
Because the 4 years I've been here, the USU hasn't gotten much upgrades in the past 4 years, and it'd be nice to see a change in the USU.
If you don't have time to go to the booth, you can also vote online through your My Fresno State email. Results will be streamed live at 2 in the afternoon on the ASI Facebook page.
It's the second day of ASI elections and every vote counts.
Jameson RUPPEL is live with us now in front of the University Student Union to talk about the referendum vote for
Thanks,
a new
guys. Today is the second day of ASI elections, and tomorrow students will have the opportunity to once again vote from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. right next to the Armenian Genocide Monument. Right behind me is the University Student Union, and it is on the ballot for a second time. Last year, it was turned down because many students believe that the cost of tuition would be raised too high. But to vote for a new, more modern-looking USU, make sure you go out and vote. You can do that here on campus. You can even use your cellular device or your computer or a tablet. So make sure you go out and vote. And today, joining me is Rodrigo Zarita. Rodrigo, tell me how you voted. Did you vote here on campus or did you vote at home?
I voted at home.
Okay, and why do you think it's important to go out and vote?
I think the most important part to go out and vote is just so your voice could be heard. People say your voice isn't really heard on this campus, but I mean a lot of kids or a lot of students don't vote, and that's a reason why their voice isn't heard throughout the campus.
Okay, and I must ask, are you for the student union or are you against it?
I am for it.
And can you tell me why you're for the student union?
Well, the student union right now, it only currently holds up to, I would say, 10,000 students, and this campus is growing pretty fast. It has over 24,000 students, which that is not enough room for the USU to hold. And I think if we get a new one, it'd be definitely it'd be pretty cool on campus having a new building.
Okay, thank you for joining us, Rodrigo Zarita. We are right outside the University Student Union. Jameson RUPPEL, Fresno State Focus. And Matt.
Thank you so much, Jameson. I know it's kind of chilly out there, so hopefully you are staying warm. We do want to continue our coverage with the ASI elections with ASI Officer Chavez Childress, who is here to talk about the new Bold New Initiative. Thanks for being here, Travis.
I'm glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
So, Travis, you've been involved with ASI for a couple of years now, and you do a lot of different positions. Can you tell me about those positions?
So first off, I'm the Senator of Greek Affairs. which means I represent all of the Greek students here on campus. Second of all, I'm the Chief Justice of the Student Court, so if anybody is not following the rules in the election, then of course we hear them at the court.
Now, what made you want to get involved with ASI?
Well, I was involved in student government before I transferred from Fresno City College, so I wanted to continue that service to the student population as an ASI member at Fresno State.
And I'm sure ASI is really excited right now because elections are going on right now. And there's the Bold New You initiative that was actually on the ballot last year, didn't pass, but it's on the ballot this year. Can you tell me why that it's on the ballot this year?
Well, so the members in ASI thought that the students needed a new, fresh look at the new student union. So they decided to put it on the referendum because it is substantially different. The fee has been decreased and the decision making has been done by students this year instead of mainly faculty and staff.
Now, if it were to pass, it would be an increase in tuition about $149 in about 5 years or so, so about 2022, 2023, about completion, correct?
Definitely, correct.
And what kind of, briefly, what are the pros and the cons of building the university student union?
So the pros are that we have currently outgrown our student union. It was built for a campus of about 11,000, and of course we have more than doubled that size to date. And the cons, of course, are that students don't want to have an increase in tuition or increase in fees whatsoever. So those are the two competing arguments.
Well, thank you so much, Chavez. I appreciate you being here, the valuable information that you show, and I really appreciate you being here.
Thank you for having me.
So we've been speaking with ASI Officer Travis Childress. Remember, there is still time to vote. You can vote either in person or online tonight and tomorrow by noon.
For most people, sports is a hobby. Some are able to work it into a career. MMA fighter Devon Chavez is one of those people. But over the past 4 months, he has suffered what could be career-ending injuries. I got the chance to talk to Chavez, who says his family's support is helping him not give up. After suffering major injuries that would ruin many athletes' careers, Visalia native Devon Chavez is looking to continue his passion and career in mixed martial arts.
I broke both of my shoulders and had surgery on this shoulder from my last fight, and then also I had tore my ACL right here and tore my meniscus.
Chavez had surgeries to repair his ACL, meniscus, and his shoulders, and is now more excited than ever to be back and continue to train.
My teammates, my coaches, just watching them train, it motivates me to try to get back faster. I want to train with them. I want to help.
Not only are other fighters here helping Devon make a return to MMA, but his family is helping him as well.
We do everything. Even if he doesn't want to, I make him get out there, even just to get some sun, because I know how that much can work out your mind. We don't work out just physically, we work out mentally as well. I'm just really, really close to him, and I have been ever since we were little, so I had to.
Even Chavez's mom knows how much MMA means to him.
3 or 4 days after injuries or surgeries, he is back to it. It doesn't hold him down. He has a drive for this, and he's mentally strong, and he wants to do it. That's part of who he is. We really just encourage him, and we take care of him.
With the training, rehabbing, and the support of his family and friends, Chavez expects to make a return to professional MMA fighting in early 2019.
Food science majors are getting a taste of what it's like to create and process dairy-based foods. Deja Wright gives us the scoop on Fresno State's ice cream created right here on campus.
Have you ever wondered how ice cream was made, packaged, and sold? Well, so did these Fresno State students.
I think the coolest part about it is that you learn about all these things in class, and sometimes you don't really get to experience it, and so knowing I have this experience makes it so enjoyable because I know like this is what I want to do.
Food science majors who are interested in creating delicious treats are getting hands-on experience alongside Daniel Avila, who has been in the game for a while.
So everything it's pretty hands-on here. We don't pre-order pre-labeled containers. Again, since we make so many different flavors and different sizes, we basically have our main label where we're able to type what flavor we want it to be, and then we also type up our ingredients on a separate label, and that way if we decide to improve on a flavor, all we have to do is change the ingredients on that one label, or if we want to create a new flavor, we don't have to order new packaging. It's something we can create very easily here.
But what's the next step in this tasty process to getting the ice cream to customers? Right here in Fresno State's very own creamery, students are doing just that. Packing it up and moving it out so it can make its way to the Gibson Farm Market.
Is caramel toffee, and it's really good, and all ice cream companies should make it, but they don't. So I only get it when I'm here to see my aunt.
Making customers happy one scoop at a time, there's no chance Fresno State ice cream will ever melt away. Deja Wright, Fresno State Focus.
You can grab a scoop, pint, or quart of Fresno State's ice cream at the Gibson Farm Market, which offers 35 different flavors.
35 different flavors. I want to get a bowl, put all 35 in them. I've never been there. When I go someplace new, I like to get them all at the same time. That's my style.
I'm so hungry. I'm going to scream for ice cream. Like,
I'm right there with you.
I'm really, really excited about it.
Coming up on Fresno State Focus.
See how a local bodybuilder is helping others stay fit by giving the proper advice on how to get into a healthy lifestyle.
And it looks like we're starting spring off with a couple of rain showers. I'll show you where else it's raining right now and when it'll clear up in your focus on the forecast.
Success. At Fresno State, it's no secret. It's discovering new ways to change our world. It's creating opportunities as diverse as our community itself. It's in the distinction of our graduates as they lead us into the future. Success is no secret at Fresno State. It's our mission.
This is our Fresno State, forming relationships and learning experiences that last a lifetime, making friends who are like family, learning from professors who treat us like family, and earning a degree to make a better future for our family. Engaging our alumni generation by generation by generation. This is our Fresno State. Welcome to the family.
Hello, I'm Deja Wright, and it's a wonderful day to be a Bulldog despite all the rain that we're getting. Behind me is a shot of the fountain, right here on Fresno State's campus. It's right in front of the bookstore, and as you can see, skies are a little gray and overcast, and puddles are already on the floor. But let's get into weather in some other places across the nation. As you can see, there's lots and lots of snow up here in the northern eastern part of the United States, specifically in New York, Boston, and Washington, D.C. area. If New York gets up to 12 inches of snow, it'll be the largest ever recorded after the first day of spring. So for any of you who have plans to fly out of there, you can expect canceled flights or delayed flights. Getting into weather in California, we're getting a lot of rain. In some places it's so bad, such as Santa Barbara, they're evacuating residents in certain parts of the area because of mudslides. Getting into our 7-day forecast, we're experiencing rain pretty much throughout the weekend, but going into next week, Monday and Tuesday, we could see a little bit of sun, but still some rain, so take a jacket just in case.
And see, Deja, now I'm hungry, now I'm not informed about my weather, so you're giving me a lot of great stuff.
Yeah, you could eat ice cream in the rain.
Definitely, definitely, right?
Definitely.
Yes. The MCJ Crayon Drive is back, and your help is needed. This Crayon Drive is for a special cause, to help kids at Valley Children's Hospital have something fun to do while they're not feeling so great. Media communications and journalism students created the coloring books and animations as part of their class with Dr. Tamara Pierce. They made the books. Now they need people to donate crayons. Dr. Pierce says this is a rewarding project for her and her students.
That's what it's all about. Doing something, doing anything. And like I said, even if it's just for a brief moment, that there's some happiness and you're not thinking about what you're going through right now at the hospital, that's what makes it all worthwhile.
The Crayon Drive runs through April 12th. Students can drop off new 8-pack crayon boxes at the McKee-Fisk Building, room 236.
The Armenian Studies program held their annual banquet on Sunday. This banquet recognizes graduating seniors and Armenian scholarship recipients. Here to talk about the importance of the banquet and how it went is Armenian Studies Program Coordinator Barlow Margadurchian. Got it right that time.
Good.
Professor Barlow, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you.
So now, and there were you said there were over 200 people at the event. What goes into an event like that to make sure it goes well?
Well, the annual event is the biggest event that the Armenian Studies program organizes and sponsors, so it takes months of planning. Usually from the fall semester, we're already thinking about dates because we have to make sure that Dr. Castro can make it, President Castro can make it. Then we usually have special guests, so it takes months of planning to pull it off.
Exactly. Leads into my next question. President Castro's there, the First Lady's there, a lot of great guest speakers are there. How important is it for those people, the president, to show up like that? I mean, how meaningful is it to the Armenian Studies program?
Since it is our most important event, we want to make sure that the top administration of the university is there. We want to bring in our community members and then, of course, our students, because we want to highlight our students, and that's really the most important reason behind having the banquet. And so when Dr. Castro, the president of the university, other administrators, faculty are there, it's a way to show off what we do, which is to teach students.
And the scholarships that were there, over $54,000. No other program here at Fresno State has that much money. What does that mean to your students getting all that?
Well, for students, of course, as tuition has gone up over the years, scholarships help to ease that burden. And it's been a process of over 30 years where the Armenian Studies program has gained a reputation. And so people are confident to give money to the university for scholarships. And those funds, we have over 25 funds now, different separate funds of scholarships, go to help this year more than 45 students who receive scholarships.
Awesome. Well, Professor Barlow, thank you so much for being here and giving us the inside of the program and how the banquet went. It was really fun being there. We appreciate you being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
A local bodybuilder is flexing her fitness techniques to help people get more nutrition and see food in a different way. As Jameson Ruppel shows us, busy schedules are no longer an excuse for not living and eating healthy.
The time is up. For most people, it's hard to find enough time in the day to prepare healthy meals. However, Bobbie Dampier shares her easy-to-go meal plan with the community.
When we came here, I guess we just had this want to help the everyday person who's driving in a truck, or the nurses that are running around crazy and all they have is cupcakes and cookies.
Dampier struggled with finding a fitness plan of her own, but began studying nutrition and working out, which turned into a passion to help others. Her hard work was rewarded and believes the store will benefit the community.
The reason we do it is because the everyday Joe they don't know exactly what they need to feel their body correctly.
Dampier competes in bodybuilding contests, but that's not all she does. She opened up 559 Flex to keep others fit just like her with her meal plans and supplements that work just accordingly to her lifestyle.
Well, being a competitor herself, I think this has always been her life dream, to help other people with meal prep and supplements, because she knows what it takes to go through a prep like that, and just helping others is what she wanted to do.
They're nice because they're right next to my work. I work at Fort Washington Fitness, and it's easy to walk straight over here, grab them out of the fridge, and they're ready to go. They're healthy.
What used to be a meal plan of her own is now a meal plan for the people of Fresno to follow. Jameson Ruppel, Fresno State Focus.
Dampier is looking to expand her location, but for now you can find 559 Flex on the corner of Fry and Fort Washington. Coming up in sports, Fresno State football players are out this week showing their skills in hopes of getting to the pros.
Plus, see how one man's journey through sports led him to create a home for foster kids. Stay tuned for sports with Jakeem Fed.
I got the bulldog spirit up in my head.
Up in my head.
Up in my head.
I got that bulldog spirit. Up in my head. Up in my head to say. I got that bulldog spirit. Deep in my heart. Deep in my heart. deep in my heart. Got that bulldog spirit, deep in my heart. Deep in my heart to stay. I got that bulldog spirit. Down in my toes, down in my toes, down in my toes. I got that bulldog spirit. Down in my toes, hey. Down in my toes to stay. I got that bulldog spirit. Up in my head, deep in my heart, down in my toes. I got that bulldog spirit. All over me to stay. I got that bulldog spirit.
Deep in my heart.
Deep in my heart, deep in my heart. I got that bulldog spirit.
Welcome back. I'm Jakeem Fed with your sports report. Fresno State held its annual pro day for football players with dreams of getting to the NFL. 11 seniors from this past season and 2 from the 2016 season performed drills for scouts from 14 different teams. The players ran the 40-yard dash and the 5-10-5 shuttle. They also ran a 3-cone drill and the 60-yard shuttle before going into positional drills. It was a day to help players with their draft stock.
Good day, felt good. Decent amount of scouts, so I mean, decent turnout for us. So I think it was a good day overall.
Peck and others used this day to showcase their skills. From catching balls to running and hitting bags, Pro Day is one step to making their dreams come true. The players hope to hear their name called at the NFL draft from April 26th to the 28th. Joining us today to talk about Pro Day in his future is Fresno State student Malik Forrester. Thank you for being here today. Well, the first question would be just how did Pro Day go for you?
I felt like it went really good. It just gave me a chance to get out there and show the scouts that the tape wasn't phony and that I really am an athlete and that I'm quick on my feet. So I felt like it was really exciting. And
I understand you have a daughter as well. So what would it mean to you to get to the league for you and your family?
It'll mean a lot, you know. One, just to say that from the school I went to and the high school I went to, not a lot of people go Division I. So the fact that I have a shot to make it into the NFL, it's a lot of people that would be proud of that, and I know that's something she could brag about.
So how do you take that into your training? Like all the things that you went through before, how does that affect your training?
It really made me just grind harder, work harder, same thing, but it made me I never got comfortable. You know, I just attacked every day as hard as I could, locked in, did the little things like stretching and just little maintenance.
So what now for the future? What's your next steps?
As of now, just hopefully I wait for a call. You know, hopefully I get a call, and when I do, approach it like I was approaching training. Just not get comfortable and attack the day.
And real briefly, what team do you hope to get drafted by?
I would say the Ravens, you know.
Ravens?
Yeah, just to go back home feels good. It would feel good. A lot of people would love that, so.
I appreciate you being here. We've been talking to Malik Forrester, participant at Pro Day this year. The softball team had a doubleheader this past Sunday against Cal Poly. They won both games with a score of 10-2 and 9-5. In the second game, 1 run scored in the first inning when number 1 Rachel Minogu hit a single down the left field line. In the second inning, number 13 Katie Castellon hit a double to left center field, letting everyone on the bases score. Cal Poly tried to come back, but Samantha Mejia came in and held them scoreless after the 4th inning. The Dogs start conference play against Colorado State this weekend. Fresno State women's basketball hosted Nevada Monday night in the quarterfinals of the Women's Basketball Invitational. The Lady Bulldogs dug themselves in a hole early with cold shooting and turnovers and went into halftime down 22 points. The second half was a different story as the Bulldogs pulled in within 3 points of the Wolfpack. The comeback effort was led by a career-high 40 points from junior guard Candace White. But it wasn't enough, and the loss brought the Bulldogs season to an end. Speaking of basketball, if you haven't been watching the men's tournament, you've been missing out. For the first time in history, a 16 seed upset a 1 seed. The University of Maryland Baltimore County beat Virginia by a score of 74-24. But the madness just starts there. Favorites like North Carolina, Xavier, Michigan State, Arizona all failed to make it to the Sweet 16. With more upsets and buzzer beaters, this might be the greatest tournament in history. The tournament picks back up tomorrow. A former Bulldog football player is now the executive director of a group home and foster care agency right here in Fresno. I got a chance to speak to Kevin Jordan on his journey to starting Kaijo and how it has grown in the local community.
Kevin Jordan went through a lot of adversity in his time at Fresno State.
The things he learned helped him later in life.
I had to suck it up, you know what I mean? Take the punches and blows day in, day out.
Kevin made it to the NFL, but suffered from a microfracture and lost all cartilage in his knee. With the wrong diagnosis and other future injuries, his career was cut short.
They have never had an injury like this before, ever. I'm the first one. Guinea pig me.
Kevin then wanted to follow his father's footsteps and became a youth counselor at the juvenile hall.
Right then when I saw it, I was like, I want to make this bigger. I started being happy again. That's when I learned I found my passion.
Kevin's passion led him to creating Kaijo and opening 5 group homes over time. Here outside the corporate office, things are always focused on the kids.
But if they are never given that opportunity, how do you know change could be possible?
Kaijo gives the kids opportunities to change by having Summer Olympics with other group homes.
They learn about sportsmanship, it's not just physical, but they do mental games, writing, where they want to be in 5 years.
Kaijo will continue to do more events like this and help more kids in the future.
I always have a motto, don't ever give up, don't ever quit anything, because if you do, your dreams would not even, they will remain dreams.
For more information on Kaijo, you can visit kaijo.org. And that's all for sports today. Here's Deja with your entertainment news.
Thanks, Jakeem. Singer and songwriter Trey Songz got arrested on charges of punching a woman at a party in Los Angeles. Police say he turned himself in at a Hollywood police station and was released 2 hours later on $50,000 bail. The 33-year-old tweeted he was being falsely accused for someone else's personal gain and will no longer comment on the subject. The University Theater is showing the play Lydia now until March 24th. The setting takes place in the early 1970s in El Paso, Texas, and is centered around the Flores family. After hiring an undocumented immigrant named Lydia to care for their disabled daughter, she begins to develop bonds with most of the family, revealing hidden truths that cause tension. The play also looks at the dynamics of this Mexican-American family struggling to stay true to their roots while chasing the American dream. Tickets for students are $10 and faculty are $15. Spotlight, please. This Fresno State student prepares for his singing debut during karaoke night at the Bucket. Jacob Sandoval takes the stage as his friends cheer him on from the crowd, hyping him up for his big performance.
It was a good time, good turnout.
If you're a student who wants to be more involved on campus, be on the lookout for other fun events at the Bucket. That's entertainment news. Back to you.
Deja is just giving us so much great stuff today. First the ice cream, then the weather, and now I want to go see Lydia.
Exactly, me too. And Deja the ice cream as well. She's giving it all today.
Definitely. And are you feeling generous? You could always give blood. But this week is the last blood drive of the school year.
Tomorrow is your last chance to give blood and get some goodies. Central California Blood Center vans will be on campus by 9 in the morning and won't leave until 4 in the afternoon. So, really guys, spring break is coming up. What are our plans for spring break?
I'm going to New York.
I'll be in Mexico.
I will be
3 Florida.
And I'll be on the golf course. You can all visit me there. If you hear somebody yell 4, duck. That's probably me.
Also, guys, it's our last spring break because we're graduating in May.
We are.
Graduating in
guys
May.
Yeah, not yet.
Definitely.
How has this experience been for you so far?
It's enjoyable. It's hard, but I like it. Got more work to do.
Right. Well,
really.
Have fun in Miami.
Appreciate it.
And like we just said, we won't be here for next week because it is spring break.
We'll be back in 2 weeks, though, to introduce you to a paraplegic personal trainer who fought his way back into shape after a terrible car accident.
Also, we show you how one freshman is making her mark on campus with her own business.
Thank you for joining us. See you next week.